Some other systems to consider are economizers. And what an economizer does, so if you've ever kind of ran the interior air setting on your air conditioner in your car rather than accessing the exterior air, that's essentially what an economizer does. And so an economizer circulates that, that's when you have the outside air circulating, not the inside air, because the economizers circulate that outside air in a fan mode when it's actually comfortable and cool enough. And so rather than turning on, air conditioning, again, if I'm trying to maintain, this 65-degree temperature, that's kind of that comfort zone, that thermal comfort zone from the psychrometric chart. If it's cool outside, if it's 65 degrees outside, then you might want to turn on the economizer cycle, because then that's just going to bring in, that 65-degree air, and you don't have to worry, about, maybe expending some extra cooling power for that, and it helps to make it a little bit more efficient. There's also what are referred to as HRVs and ERVs, and these are heat recovery ventilators. That's an HRV, and an ERV is an energy recovery ventilator. And what you'll find is that HRVs and ERVs are incredibly common in passive house design. And what they do oftentimes with passive house design is, if it's a passive house that employs a very highly insulated and airtight envelope, then really the HRVs and the ERVs act as air exchangers. And so what they're doing is they're not really producing and supplying heat per se. What they do is they actually take the heat or the energy from the interior air, and what they do is they circulate it, they filter it, they circulate it, they introduce fresh air into the HRV or the ERV, and they circulate it within the building. So they essentially use whatever is available, in terms of heat for an interior space, and they use that to filter and recirculate. With the highly insulated and airtight construction, there's not a lot of infiltration, and so it's theoretically supposed to act like a thermos in a way, so that there shouldn't really be a lot of heating or cooling that you need, because if it's highly insulated, it should maintain a certain temperature level within the interior of the space.